Jai Hind everyone. So welcoming you all to this very special lecture today. Today we have gathered here to celebrate Pujya Gurudev Shree's Janma Jayanti. For that we have Dr. Kirit Uncle along with us, who will be taking this guest lecture on the very special occasion of Gurudev Shree Janma Jayanti. Before I would invite Dr. Kirit Uncle, let me shortly introduce you all with his brief introduction. So, Dr. Kirit Gosalia is a retired interventional cardiologist and Jain scholar. Dr. Gosalia has been teaching Jain philosophy for over 30 years through his classes in English, Hindi, and Gujarati languages. He has delivered spiritual discourses worldwide and authored English translations of Jain Siddhant Praveshika and Chhe Dhala. Dr. Gosalia played a pivotal role in establishing the Pure Soul exhibition at SOAS London, superheaded endowment chairs in Gurudev Shree Kanji Swami's name at major US universities, and contributed significantly to the construction of Digambar Jain temples in several locations. So now I would invite Dr. Creed Uncle to start the lecture with Manglashan. Uncle.
Jai Hind. Thank you, Harshil, for introduction. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Aryantanam. Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Siddhanam. Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Ayaryanam. Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Vajjayanam. Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Saunam. Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam Nityam Dhayanti Yoginam Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva Omkaraya Namo Namah. नमः समय साराय स्वानुभूत्या चिकासते चित् स्वभावाय भावाय सर्वभावान्तरचिदे अज्ञानतिमिरन्धानां ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः ध्रुव अचलने अनुपम गति पामेल सर्वे सिद्धने बंदी कहूँ सुत केवली भाषित आसमय प्राव्रत अरे ओम नमः सिद्धेभ्यो ओम नमः सिद्धेभ्यो ओम श्री सुधात्माने नमः जय जिनेन्द्र. So today, on a very special occasion, we have gathered over here to celebrate 136th Janma Jayanti of our beloved Gurudev Shree Kanji Swami. Without further delay, I'll bring the slides, and then with the medium of slide, we'll try to see his lifestyle. Actually, it's unfair to describe 91 years of absolute fulfilling life of Gurudev Shree in less than 45 minutes, but we'll try to do justice as much as we can. But of course, we will not be able to completely justification given for his lifestyle and 91 year of amazing life. So born in 1890, and Dehavilai occurred in 1980. So up to 91 years of age, he lived. What we are going to talk mainly will be his birth year, which we already said, 1890. Then education occurred. Then he studied up to 6th standard in Umrala. Actually, his parents' town is a Gadda. But then he was born in his mama's place and Mossad in Umrala, and took education till age 13 up to 6th standard only. And thereafter, he moved to a town called Palej, which is between Baroda and Bharuch. This town, Palej, because his father was working in he has a business shop in Palej, And after a couple of years or so, his father died. So at 13, 17 year of age, he started doing business. He entered the business of a grain shop in Palej. He stayed in Palej for total 9 years, and out of which 5 years he did the business. I'm fortunate to say that I was born in the town Palej. Actually, Gurudev Shree was working with his cousin brother in a business, and then Gurudev Shree took Diksha and everything, and business was booming and everything. So his cousin brother was looking for a help, and so he called my father, who was Kaurji Bhai's nephew. And so my dad came from Saurashtra to Palej, and that's why we all five brothers were born in Palej. Anyway, and we have lots of fond memories of Gurudev Shree coming to Palej, etc. Anyway, so having said that, um, he decided to take a asceticism, Diksha. At age 22, he decided that I'm giving up this worldly life and I'm going to become the monk. So for 2 years, he's looking for a guru, went all over the country, and finally he found a particular guru, and he took Diksha at age 24. Age 32, he first time received Samaisar. In Damodar Seth in Damnagar gave him Samaisar. And Gurudev Sri said, "Oh, આ તો અશરીરી થવાનું શાસ્ત્ર છે. This scripture will lead us to become Siddha Bhagwan." That was the word came out from his mouth. And he deeply studied Samasa for 13 years. He will go out or finishing his ascetic duties and everything first thing in the morning. Then he will get out and go in a one ditch outside of the village, and he will study there whole day. Extreme deep study he did. And then at age 40, 44, he said that I am no more a monk, because the definition of monk coming in Samaisar, that was Bhavlingi Muniraj, one who had a deep experiencing of the soul, an external mark of nakedness, and standing alone, taking one meal a day, lying down on the floor and everything. So those kind of 28 virtues will only be considered as a monk if there is going to be internal intense experiencing state of the soul. So he gave up this monkhood, and he says this wearing clothes and having mupatti, etc. That's not sign of not the sign of a monkhood. And so he gives up, and now he start giving lectures on Samaisar. He start propagating the Jain principles that were hidden. People thought that Samaisar can only be revered, not to be read, and only to be read by monk. And Gurudev Sri said, this Samaisar, Kunkunacharya Dev says, I'm writing for a lay person. So he started propagating those principles. For 45 years, he continued to propagate these principles. He will describe every day in the morning for 45 years, he will give lectures on Samaisar. No matter what it is, always there is a lecture on Samaisar. He read Samaisar from first page to last page, 415 stanza of Kunkunacharya Dev, and 278 Kalash of Amritchandracharya Dev 19 times. Some of the time it happened, he will finish the last sentence of the last stanza, and right away during the same pravachan, he will start the first stanza again. He Kanji Swami is Samaisar, Samaisar is Kanji Swami. The both name became synonymous today. And ultimately, at the age of 91, he gives up this mundane body and goes to the heavenly abode. So this is in short his lifestyle. Then we'll try to explain some of the things over here. We'll just give Mangalacharan what Gurudev recited about it. So let me put this Mangalacharan and turn on original. Okay.
मैं ही परमात्मा हूँ, एम अनुभव कर मैं ही परमात्मा हूँ। विराट सर्वज्ञदेवनी महिमा, त्रिलोकनाथ परमात्मा, तो इंद्રની ઉપસ્થિતિના સમોસણમાં લાખો કરોડો દેવોની હાજરીમાં ભગવાનનું મહિમા આવ્યો। હું પરમાત્મા છો એમ નક્કી કર, હું પદો એમ નક્કી કર। ઓહો, ભગવાન પણ તમે પરમાત્મા છો એટલું તો નક્કી કરવા દો। એ પરમાત્માને જે નક્કી ક્યારે થઈ છે કે તું પરમાત્મા છો એવો અનુભવ થઈ તારે આ પરમાત્મા વ્યવહાર તને નક્કી
Harshil, my sound was coming okay? Video sound?
Yes,
Anybody?
yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay. So this is the thing. This is a central theme. Gurudev Shree said, "I am the Bhagwan." Gurudev Shree, first, let me tell you, you are the Bhagwan. No, till I say, I am the Bhagwan. Oh, ho, ho. This is the first time anybody ever told us mundane soul that we are the Bhagwan. So this is the amazing way he presented, and then he gives a philosophical aspect, how I am the Bhagwan, and this is his 45 years of teaching. Those teaching, he did not write too many things, few things only he wrote down, but 9,400 hours of his recorded pravachans are available free of charge to download from vitragvani.com and atmadharma.com. All those things are available free of charge to dissipate the knowledge all over the world regardless of anything. So this Gurudev Shree taught me, taught us that I am the Bhagwan, we are the Bhagwan. So now we are talking about his birth short video.
21/4/1890 વિક્રમ સંવત 1946 વૈશાખ સુદ બીજને રવિવારના શુભ દિને વહેલી સવારે સૌરાષ્ટ્રના ઉમરાળા ગામે પ્રકાશનો ઝબકારો થાય છે અને તે દિવસે બે સૂર્ય ઉદિત થાય છે। એક સૂર્ય આકાશમાં કાળઝાળ ગરમી રેલાવા ઉદય પામે છે, જ્યારે બીજો સૂર્ય લોકોના અજ્ઞાન અંધકારને નાશ કરી સમ્યક જ્ઞાન પ્રકાશ પાથરવા ઉદિત થાય છે।
So this is the birth occurs that the two suns are arising, one in the sky and one in Ujjamba delivered this sun. Sun delivered the sun who gave knowledge type of a light all over the world to take us from the darkness of the ignorant state that we are hanging around since time infinite. So his schooling occurred in Umrala, as we said, about 6 standard he studied there. He used to be always number one in the school as well as in the religious Pathshala also. But he gave more importance to Pathshala than the schooling. And there are incidences there to go through it. He studied up to the age 13 year of age, 6th grade. Leaves Umrala as there was pandemic of plague. Pandemic of plague was going through the Umrala town and surrounding towns. So he was sent out to another town called Garyadar, and he left behind his mother, who later died due to plague. Came to college and stayed till age 22. And this is the way he studied in the school in Umrala. This is the way mother is giving goodbye to him. We'll see the next video. It's very, very emotional. When I see that video, it just makes me emotional. It's so beautiful video. And then he comes to college and doing his business. And this is the same shop my dad used to work later on. And I'm familiar with this place where Gurudev used to sit. Gurudev, when he was going from Songarh to Bombay, he will stop by in Palej and he will sit down on this main desk, and he will give lecture into the whole town. It is just the vivid memory just passing through the mind right now. Anyway, so this is the emotional thing. Child Kanji and mother's last meeting. Let's see.
સંમત 1959માં ઉમરાળામાં પ્લેગ ફાટી નીકળે છે. આ રોગથી બાળક કાંજીને બચાવવા માતાશ્રી ઉજંબા વાલસોયા બાળકને ઉમરાળાથી દૂર ગારિયાધાર મોકલે છે. બાળક કાંજીને લઈને એકો ઉપડવાની તૈયારીમાં છે. માતા કહે, બેટા કનુ, બેનને સાઈ કહેજે. આ છે છેલ્લા સાંભળેલા માતાના શબ્દો અને માતા પુત્રનું અંતિમ મિલન. કેમ કે પછી ગારિયાધારમાં સમાચાર મળે છે કે 48 વર્ષની વયે માતાશ્રી ઉજંબાએ સદાયને માટે વિદાય લીધી છે.
Can we imagine that age 13, the child meeting the mother for the last time? It's amazing.
સંમત
Anyway, so coming back. So now, if we make this Gurudev's lifestyle in short, how can I make lifestyle in short? Then there are only 4 stages of his life that we have to go through. Satyani Jigyasa, inquisitiveness of truth. Investigation of the truth, Satyani Sodh. Achievement of the truth, Satyani Prapti. And propagation of the truth, Satyani Prabhavana. So we'll be talking these 4 points. Satyani Jigyasa, when he was in Umrala also, while he was schooling, and when he came to college, he was deeply in love with religion. Actually, his cousin brother Kunwarji Bhai used to tell him Bhagat. He will have the scripture in front of him in the shop. When there is no customer, he will keep on reading. He says throughout the life he did Chavyar. But then this saint is so honest. He said, but one time when I was in college, it was summer heat and I was extremely thirsty. So I drank water at that night, one time in my life at night time. So this is the honesty for a child, for a young adult. And he read all the agams of the scriptures. Whatever scripture comes in his hand, he used to read that thing. Whoever the monk in the town will come, Stanakwasi or Swetambar, he will go and listen to those things, those people. So he had intense inquisitiveness about the truth. What is truth? Then, age 22, he decides, I'm going out to find out the truth. In the worldly life, as a householder, it is difficult to understand, study, and follow strictly. So he decided to take a monkhood, and he takes Diksha in Sthanakwasi Sampradaya, stays there for 21 years. And while he was there, within 1 year of his life, a 24-year-old young sadhu became so famous that people used to look for his lecture. He will have occasion of giving lectures maybe 4 times a month with Ashtami and Chaturdasi. And people loved it so much that they told his guru that let this Kanji speak to us every day. His voice was so loud and so clear that thousands of people sitting there without microphone, they can listen to him. He started looking for Satya in his soul. All the Swetambar Agams he read completely, and still he did not feel completeness. And thereafter 8 years of monkhood, at age 32 he receives the Samaisar. And when he receives Samaisar, he says, "Oh ho, આ તો અશરીરી થવાનું શાસ્ત્ર છે." And he start looking deeper and deeper and deeper. 4 years down the road, he gets Mokshamat Prakashak, and he falls in love with that Mokshamat Prakashak also. Remember, Sthanakvasi monk, they cannot carry books with them. So one time he got that Mokshamat Prakashak in one of the temple, Pasray. He asked somebody to write down 7th chapter word to word. He loved those things, and we had word to word lectures on 7th chapter of Mokshamat Prakashak. I can assure you, I have gone through it, I can assure you, you will love it. Nishchayabhasi, Vyavarabhasi, Ubhayabhasi, and Samyak Sanmukh Mithya Drashti. Acharya Pandit Toramalji has done amazing clarity on our day-to-day questions about spirituality, and he obtains Satyani Prapti for 13 years of deeply studying Samaisar, and also he got Mokshamat Prakashak, Pravachansar, Niyamsar, Ashtapahud, Panchatika, etc. scriptures, and he became deeper and deeper involved in the spirituality. And then he had an internal conflict. On one side, he is on the extreme peak of his career in Sthanakvasi Sampradaya, and he was called Saurashtra Kesari Singh, means the lion of Saurashtra. And on the other side, internally, he is rifting apart. He's drifting apart and saying, I am not doing right thing. Because Samaisar says, the scripture, the nature of the monk is a naked saint who has deep experiencing of the soul, and from outside, 28 primary virtues are there. And he said, my being a monk with the clothes on, this is not right. So with extreme conflict, that internal conflict also comes out in the societal area, and people started threatening him, explaining him, requesting him not to give up monkhood. But one day he decided to get out and gives up monkhood in Songat, and thereafter he starts giving lecture on Samaisar for next 45 years. We have 9,500 hours of recorded pravachan. Remember, the tape recording and recording devices came sometime 1962 onwards. So we had those recordings from 62 always until 1980. But previously also, they had tried to do the publication of his scriptures on the radio as well as on a short summary that people will be distributing all over country, etc. after the pravachan. So these are the 4 stages of Gurudev's life. So let's see. Inquisitiveness of the truth, Satyani Jigyasa, stays college up to the age 22. Investigation of the truth, up to 24 years of age, he looks for the truth, and then achievement of truth, obtains Samaisar 32, scripture for liberation of liberation, deep study for 13 years, studied varieties of scripture in solitary state. He had his guru from the previous life was Simanda Swami. And in Simanda Swami's Samosaran, when Kunkunacharya Dev from Bharat Kshetra goes there, he was there, he met Kunkunacharya Dev. So before he obtained Samsara age 32 from his previous sanskar of his previous life from Mahavide Kshetra, his talking, his behavior were oozing with spirituality. Comes to Songad, gives up symbol of asceticism, delivers discourses for 45 years, Satyani Prabhavna. Sambat 1981, year 1935, gives up Mupatti, symbol of asceticism, and accepting Digambar tradition. Remember, Gurudev Shree did not start a new panth. He rejuvenated the importance of Digambar tradition, Jain tradition from the Digambar perspective. I am the soul and everything besides me are non-soul entity, and he propagated so vehemently that he will start the word with the Atma and the lecture with the Atma. Kanji Swami and Atma became synonymous. Previous to that, people knew the scripture, but there was darkness of Jainism. Jainism was passing through the dark ages. People were blindly ritualist, not knowing why they are doing rituals, but they were doing rituals. And he gave a different meaning to those rituals. He said ritual without self-experiencing is useless. He will say upvas a langan che, means forceful, not eating food is called upvas. But he will do upvas. There are three Guru Bhais, three associates. They never ate together. They never took food together because one already has an upvas. So he says experiencing of the soul, Samyak Darshan is a first step, and thereafter all the rituals, they come in picture. Rituals without experiencing of the soul is all zeros. That's what he loud and clearly explained to the world. So now when he takes Parivartan, there's another life-changing things happens to Gurudev Shree. So let's listen to watch some small video.
ઉમરાળાથી ઈસવીસન 1935માં અર્થાત સંવત 1991ના ફાગણ વદ ત્રીજના દિવસે સોનગઢ પધારે છે. શત્રુંજય જેવી પવિત્ર તીર્થભૂમિના સાનિધ્યમાં આવેલ શાંત વાતાવરણથી શોભાયમાન અને જાણે પ્રકૃતિએ ગોદમાં લીધું હોય એવા સોનગઢને જોતા જ મન શાંત થાય છે, ઠરે છે. અહીંના જેવું એકાંત શાંત સ્થળ બીજે ક્યાં મળવાનું? વળી અહીંયા કોઈ મોટો જૈન સમાજ નથી, માત્ર 2-3 જૈનોના ઘર છે. તેથી જો હું અહીંયા પરિવર્તન કરીશ તો લોકોને નિરર્થક કશાય નહીં થાય એમ વિચાર આવે છે. તેવામાં અહીંયા રહેતા હીરાચંદભાઈ સાહેબ પરિવર્તન કરો. આવી વિનંતી થતા બસ અહીંયા જ પરિવર્તન કરવું એવો નિર્ણય થાય છે. અને સોનગઢમાં અન્યત્ર 2 દિવસ રહીને ફાગણ વદ 5મે હીરાભાઈના મકાનમાં પદાર્પણ કરે છે. તે મકાનનું નામ છે સ્ટાર ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા. જ્યાંથી કહાન અધ્યાત્મ સૂર્યની કાંતિ જગતભરમાં ફેલાવાની છે એવા સોનગઢમાં હીરાચંદભાઈ દામાણીના સ્ટાર ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા નામના એકાંત મકાનમાં સંવત 1991ના ચૈત્ર સુદ 13 એટલે કે શાસન નાયક મહાવીર ભગવાનના જન્મ કલ્યાણકના મંગલમય દિને મંગળવારે અર્ધચંદ્રાકાર પીઠવાળા આસન પર કાનજી સ્વામી બેસે છે અને સામે મોટા પાટલા ઉપર ભગવાન પાર્શ્વનાથનું ચિત્રપટ વિરાજમાન કરે છે. જેનો આ ફોટો છે તે પ્રતિમાજી શ્રવણ બેલગોલાની બાજુમાં આવેલ જીનનાથપુરમના દિગંબર જીન મંદિરમાં પદ્માસને બિરાજી રહ્યા છે. પછી આ ચિત્રપટ સમક્ષ બપોરે 1:15 વાગે સંપ્રદાયનું ચિહ્ન એવી મોહપત્તી ઉતારી પાટલા પર મૂકી તેનો ત્યાગ કરે છે, એટલે કે પરિવર્તન કરે છે. તેઓ શ્રી સ્થાનકવાસી સંપ્રદાય છોડે છે અને જાહેર કરે છે, હવે હું સ્થાનકવાસી સાધુ નથી, હું સનાતન દિગંબર જૈન ધર્મનો અવ્રતી શ્રાવક છું. આ પ્રમાણે 45 વર્ષની વયે તે સહૃદયી વીર પુરુષ જે કોઈ પણ પ્રકારના ઉપસર્ગો આવી પડે તે બધાને સહન કરવાની તૈયારી સાથે પોતાના આત્મહિત માટે એક ઐતિહાસિક મહાપરાક્રમી કાર્ય કરે છે.
So that way he just gives up the Sthanakvasi Sampradaya, and now propagation of the truth, Satyani Prabhavana, starts that day onwards. And this is the crux of the whole class, basically, how he propagated those principles. So we'll try to look for it. 45 years continuous discourses for the Jain philosophy. Darkness of ignorance was removed from Jain society at large by him single-handedly. He had nobody to guide. He was his own internal guide to just lead the society. Today is 136 years, and not only in Songarh, not only in Gujarat, not only in India, all over world people are thriving to listen to his philosophy, which is a unique, which is the best philosophy that he put forward. He said he did not create this thing, he just merely propagated what Mahavir had said there. Gave different subjects of Kunkun Swami, Samaisar, etc. And delivered discourses on Samaisar, 278 colors, 415 stanzas, 19 times he read. And today on online with ragvani.com and atmadharma.com and varieties of other websites, you can download those scriptures. Technology was not the best of the kind, so sometimes voice can't be distorted. So people decided to write down word to word scripture of what Gurudev Shree spoke from the tape. And we have those kind of scriptures available. Close to 1 million pages are created right now from those scriptures, available free of charge for anybody anywhere in the world to download and study. He taught many scriptures like Pravachan-sar, Niyam-sar, Ashtapaud, Panchastikay, Moksmarg Prakashak, etc. We'll see the list next slide. 1 million pages are there. 9,400, there's a typo over here, 9,400 of discourses are available free of charge to download Gujarati and Hindi languages. And scriptures on which Gurudev Shree delivered the discourses. There are several scriptures, the scriptures that you see over here, that he delivered the discourses. Main out of it, Samaisar, Pravachan-sar, Niyam-sar, Panchastika, Ashtapaud. Several of these scriptures, Rahasyapurna Chitti, very, very detailed thing that Acharya Pandit Toramalji has explained. He has done. He has also given discourse on Atma Siddhi and Apurva also. When he delivered the class on Atma Siddhi Shastra in Rajkot, sometimes in 1945, that's the first time Srimadji's Atma Siddhi came in limelight. Remember, Srimadji wrote down Atma Siddhi, but he said, don't publicize, because at the time society was going through the dark ages of not understanding the philosophy. Gurudev Shree gave detailed explanation of Atma Siddhi Shastra stanzas. They are the masterpiece. Those who are interested in Atma Siddhi Shastra, I urge you to download from vitragvani.com, Gujarati, Hindi, both, and study those, and you will understand how he took the meaning out from Srimad Atma Siddhi Shastra, Moksha Prakashak, all those. These are the scriptures that he spoke about. Now, in his life, he propagated five main principles. Five main principles. He said that if one understands the five principles in detail, he or she can understand any scripture written from any angle in Jainism. First one was Upadan Karan. Second, Nimit Karan. Principal cause, auxiliary cause. Third one was absolute point of view, Nishchay Nahi. Fourth is conventional point of view, Vyavhar Nahi. And last one is a Krambat Paryay, modes coming in the sequential order. And this is the revolutionary thing that he presented to the society, and we are fortunate to have it available at our hand. When he presented this Krambat Paryay principles in the society, people did not accept it, but he had a strong reason to explain, and especially from 320 to 325 stanza of Samaisar, it describes of Krambat Paryay. And so he said five principles: Upadan Nimit, Nishchay Nahi, Vyavhar Nahi, Krambat Paryay. If you have the mastery of those subjects, and I urge all the listener, try to understand. Literatures are available on these things. And like Krambat Paryay, there is a whole book is there. Upadan Nimit, there is a Mulma Bhul book is there and everything. Nishchani Vyavarni, a large number of people have given commentaries on these things, and one has to have clarity of the mind to obtain Samyak Darshan, because human life is only the life in which easiest way one can obtain Samyak Darshan. So this should be our really important thing, to understand the scripture and obtain Samyak Darshan in this life. He also gives lots of other main principles of principles, several 22 such principles that we are going to speak over here. Ek dravya bija dravya na ade nahi, sparse nahi. To what he says, one substance cannot do the work of the other substance. This is his primer thing every day in each and every lecture. This sentence will minimally come, and he will try to explain. So many other things are there, and if you want, we can provide these slides later on to you to just go through those kind of things and see. These are the principles that he has given. He has talked about it. So up to 22 principles that we have collected to say that these are the things that is also to study in deep. Somebody has to go through the thing. Now Gurudev Shree had some regular daily routine he used to follow. And he never said everybody should do it, but we have the access to these things, and now we are going through this kind of daily routine. There are 175 different things he used to recite regularly. Samaisar 16 Gatha. Mool Gatha means from Prakrit language, he will recite those 16 Gatha. 47 Shakti of Samaisar, Jivatva Shakti, Chiti Shakti, Drashti Shakti, Gnan Shakti, like those 47 Shakti. Pravachan Sar 47 Nai, Dravya Nai, Paryay Nai, and all those Nai 47 Nais that he will be reciting. Alingrana Visbol, sorry. Alingrana Visbol, Avyakta 6 bold, Simaj is 10 bold, 24 Tirthankar's name, 5 Balyati Tirthankar's name. This 175 things he will recite every day. This is his dincharya, this is his morning, this is his daily routine. And if by doing this one, when we do it, and then start analyzing those things in our mind, then it will just give us an idea that how deep is a philosophy. Gurudev believed that these 175 bowls are so important that on all those bowls he has given lectures, and at one point he had said that this will be published and they will be most successful things will be there. So now we are coming to an end. This Gurudev is coming. His things are coming to end of the life is there. So let's see what it says, how it says. Okay, 1 second.
તારીખ 28મી નવેમ્બર 1980ના રોજ શુક્રવારે સાંજે આકાશનો સૂર્ય સૌમ્ય થયો, ઉદાસીનતાપૂર્વક અસ્ત થયો. તે જ વખતે આ ભરત ક્ષેત્રનો સૂર્ય કે જે પોતાના મતિ જ્ઞાનના બળે કેવળ જ્ઞાનને બોલાવતો હતો, તે કહાન સૂર્યે ચીર પ્રયાણ કર્યું. સૂર્યોદયના સમયે જેનો ભરત ક્ષેત્રમાં જન્મ થયો, અધ્યાત્મ માર્ગની પ્રભાવનાનો ઉદય 16 કળાએ ખીલી ઉઠ્યો, અને સૂર્યાસ્તના સમયે આ દિવ્ય વિભૂતિ ભરત ક્ષેત્રમાંથી સ્વર્ગપુરીમાં પહોંચી ગઈ. અચાનક બનશે એવું કોઈએ સ્વપ્નમાં પણ નહોતું વિચાર્યું. આ ઘટનાની જાણ થતા હજારો મુમુક્ષુઓના અશ્રુઓને રોકવા કોઈ જ સમર્થ નહોતું. અરે, અમારા જીવન આધાર અમને એકાએક છોડીને ચાલ્યા ગયા.
So this Divya Vibhuti has to take off from us, left behind us. He is no more here, but his words are with us, his voice is with us, and only the way I can give my homage to him is by going to the pathway that he has shown me. He has shown us. We all accept that pathway, obtain samyak darshan. શું પ્રભુ ચરણ કને ધરો આત્માથી સૌ અહીન, તે તો પ્રભુએ આપ્યો વર્તુ ચરણાધીન. હે પ્રભુ, I take vow today on your 136th birthday that I will walk on the pathway you have shown us and will also be becoming like you. Thank you very much. This is G platform. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. And now we can just open this platform for question answers. So
Thank you so much, Preet Uncle. Really appreciate the effort of you showcasing entire Gurudev Shree's life in like 45 minutes. And I would now request the audience, if you have any questions related to Pujya Gurudev Shree's life, you can definitely ask here. We already have one question from Rajendra ji. In which year did Pujya Gurudev attend Samyak Darshan? We have this question.
Okay. Gurudev Shree has never said when he obtained Samyak Darshan, but he did have a Samyak Darshan. But people have different ways of presenting. Somebody says 78 and all the thing, but Gurudev Sri himself has never ever said that I have Samyak Darshan at this place at this time. So for our Guru, when he says certain thing and he doesn't say certain thing, then I will not go and dissect those things. Important things for me will be, what did he teach me? Did he teach me to obtain Samyak Darshan? So that is more important for me rather than saying what day, when, how. These are the aprayojanbhut vastu for us to decide. So that's what the thing that I have learned from Gurudev's life and everything.
Thank you for your explanation. True that these all are aprayojan bhut vastu for all of us. The mool prayojan bhut vastu is only his tattva gyan and our Bhagavan Atma. Any further questions? Anybody? Or any points to be added? It's Gurudev Shree Janma Jayanti we are celebrating. So if anybody wants to express their uh, feelings
Gratitude.
towards Pujya Gurudev Shree, towards Tattva Gyan, or any questions, please feel free. हाँ, there is one question, Preet Uncle, in Hindi.
हाँ हाँ.
गुरुदेव श्री के जो 5 सिद्धांत बताए, तो
Mhm.
निमित्त, उपादान, निश्चय, व्यवहार ऐसे एक बार कहते हो, तो यहाँ अलग क्यों बताया गया?
Nee, I'm sorry, I didn't follow the question.
Yes,
What was
yes.
it? Yeah.
You can access the chat box if you want to read. I am just reading it again for you.
हाँ.
गुरुदेव श्री के जो 5 सिद्धांत आपने बताए, तो निमित्त, उपादान, निश्चय, व्यवहार ऐसे एक बार कहते हैं, तो यहाँ अलग-अलग क्यों बताया गया? Mukta Bhandari ji, you can also speak if you want to explain the question, else answer is your.
Because remember, yes, I understand the question. Like what she meant to say, Nishchay Vyavahar is one thing and Upadan Nimit is one thing. Why did we consider it two? Remember, when Gurudev Sri says Nishchay, in Gujarati I'll send then Hindi I'll send then translate. निश्चय के बिना व्यवहार होता ही नहीं है. Means without understanding absolute point of view, one cannot understand this conventional point of view. So he gave absolute definition, absolute explanation for absolute state. निश्चय नहीं का क्या है? He has explained those things. And then he also said, but as a mundane soul, when we are there, Vyavarna is there, so he has also described Vyavarna. So there is a amazing way to learn Nishchay and Vyavar. In our Samaisar class, we had about 22 classes on Nishchay and Vyavar alone. So that's why he gave these two things. Upadan Nimit, again, he gave Nimit definition so completely, and that one is Gurudev was told so many times that, listen, you keep Upadan as 51%, but keep 49% for Nimit. And Gurudev said 0% for Nimit and 100% for Upadan. And he gave definition of Upadan, explaining in great detail about Upadan. Krambat Paryay, of course, it's a separate subject by itself and it's a revolutionary subject. It was there in the scripture. It was never been expanded, not been opened up for everybody to understand. That's what it is. I suppose that was your question, Muktaji, right?
जी जी मतलब क्या है, निमित्त उपादान एक साथ बोला जाता है कि ये एक सिद्धांत है,
Yeah.
एंड निश्चय एंड व्यवहार ए अलग से कहा जाता है, बट यहाँ निमित्त को अलग से एक सिद्धांत बोला सेपरेटली,
हाँ,
उपादान को अलग से सेपरेटली बोला. सो दैट्स व्हाट मैंने, आपका क्या पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू था इसके लिए?
बराबर. Yeah.
थैंक यू सो मच.
हाँ.
Because being combined, these two are different principles. That's why we have kept total 5 principles: Nishchay Vyavhar, Nimitt Upadan, and Krambadh Paryay. Any further questions? Okay. So since we are running out of time, let me shortly give you all one accessible resource to the website of Jeev portal. Let me share my screen. Since we have discussed a lot in the lecture about the scriptures, about Gurudev Shree's teachings, what are the accessible resources we have n number of pravachan of Gurudev Shree, and we have immense treasure in our Vitaragvani and other websites as well. So this Jeev website, which you can see right on the screen, there are several resources which Jeev team has designed. So you can see the basic homepage of the website. Once you will go to the resources section, you can see several icons related to whatever topic you want to learn. Let's say we have already finished Char Mangal Chattari Mangal, 4 benefactors. We have completed Jain festivals. So to get the essence of all those courses, once you will click on those courses, you will be able to access the resources, which includes presentations, which were already being presented by the presenter in the lecture. You can access the quiz, you can access the videos, you can even access the YouTube lecture, which we are recording it right now. So also there is one more thing which I wanted to showcase is Gurudev Shree lecture bites. So out of Gurudev Shree's lectures, our team has taken out the snippets based on the segregated topic. Let's say if Gurudev Shree talked about Acharya Kund, then we have kept those short snippet in that section. So once you will click on Gurudev Shree lecture bites, you can see Akshay Tritiya. Once you will click on it, you can see Gurudev Shree's short lecture or the short video clip where he's speaking about Akshay Tritiya. If you want to see some other clips, let's say Acharya Kund, you can click on the lecture. Once you will click on the lecture, in the resources section, you can see Gurudev Shree lecture bites. Here, Acharya Kund. So once you will click on these lectures, you are accessible to the topic which Gurudev Shree is teaching. And in this format, every topic is designed in such a manner that you can click on the topic and you will see Gurudev Shree, what Gurudev spoke about the particular topic, festivals, Acharya Kund, Chattari Mangal Part, everything. So this is all about the accessibility to Gurudev Shree lecture bites. At last, before we proceed to Jinwani Stuti, again repeating, for better updates and regular feedbacks, you can definitely visit our website, jeev.net.in. If you have any queries, you can email us support@jeev.net.in. For social media handles are already mentioned and being shared on the chat box. The lecture which you are listening to right now, live lecture, this will get uploaded a day later to the live duration of the lecture. And for any queries, you can connect us.
And Harshil ji, people can join G.in free of charge, and they can register and they can have access to all these things all the time.
Yes, this is totally free of charge, and you just have to log in through your email ID or phone number. Once you will log in, you are accessible to the immense treasure of Gurudev Shree lectures, Gurudev Shree snippets, the live lectures, the updates which we are having, the occasional lectures by our guests, as well as the other lectures related to our topics. So once you will log into the portal, you are accessible to everything. You just have to log into the portal. That's it. Uncle, we can proceed for Jinwadi Stuti now.
Okay. निज निधि निज में बताई, यही अनंत उपकार है। इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है, वंदना सत बार है।
9 times Namokar mantra.
Thank you, Uncle. The lecture was very, very well organized, and it was giving us a lot of good information about Gurudev Shree's life, which people like me who have never seen Gurudev Shree, it is really eye-opening. And you truly said that his lectures are the treasure trove of wisdom which our generation has, and it's a great, great fortune, Maha Bhagya and Maha Punyodaya, that we have Gurudev Shree's guidance to guide us on this moksha mark. So thank you so much.
That's very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sweet Uncle, and thank you so much, everyone.
जिन मुखोद्भवा जिनवाणी मात नो, जय हो, जय
Jai.
जयकार हो, जय जय जिन।